Yeah.
ओके आखिरी सवाल
हाय एवरीवन, माय सेल्फ दीपेश पांडे फ्रॉम दैनिक जागरण। मेरा सवाल हर्ष से रहेगा। हर्ष, फर्स्ट सीजन जो था वो बुक पे बेस्ड था, नेवर किस योर बेस्ट फ्रेंड। ये सीजन किसी बुक पे या रियल इंसिडेंट या फिर किससे इंस्पायर्ड है या फिर पूरा कंप्लीटली फिक्शन है?
Oh, thanks. So I'll tell you the main thing, right? जैसे like you know real life में काफ़ी बार ऐसा सबके साथ होता है ना कि you start having feelings for your best friend. I'm sure, I mean, काफ़ी लोग को ऐसा हुआ रहेगा। और जिसके लिए feelings है उससे वो हाथ में आनी नहीं है तो best friend बन जाते हो, right? That is something that happens. That is something that
तुम्हारे साथ बहुत हुआ है ये।
बहुत।
माने तुम्हारी शक्ल से पता चल रहा है कि तुम अपनी कहानी बता रहे हो भाई, सच।
मेरे काफ़ी बेस्ट फ्रेंड है। तो क्या होता है कि नाउ दिस इज समथिंग विच इज रियल एंड दैट इज व्हाट इज रिलेटेबल, राइट? तो राइट, फर्स्ट सीजन वाज ऑन द बुक, जहाँ पे आन्या एंड नकुल डिड अ फैबुलस जॉब, मेड अ बेस फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस, एंड उसके ऊपर देन ऑब्वियसली ऐसे ही फिक्शनल तो है बट इट इज़ वेरी रिलेटेबल, वेयर दैट्स व्हाई इट्स कॉल्ड नेवर किस योर बेस्ट फ्रेंड, राइट? बेस्ट फ्रेंड के साथ कुछ करो या जिसके साथ कुछ करना है उसको बेस्ट फ्रेंड बना लो। दैट इज लाइफ एंड दैट इज हाउ दिस शो इज।
हर्ष, that was very deep.
इट इज़ वेरी डीप,
Very deep.
एज डीप एज पैशन।
स्कूबा डाइविंग करनी पड़ेगी उसके लिए, समझिए।
दोस्तों 98 पंच टू 2 और सर 100 हो जाएगा सर। अच्छा, अभी मुझे बोला गया कि वी कैन गेट मोर क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम द ऑडियंस। आप भावना बोलो।
Firstly, a huge congratulations to the team. The trailer is amazing. It has already got us intrigued. I have watched the first season and loved it. So looking forward to the second one. And Karan is a new addition. Looking forward to that entire triangle that we are going to witness once we watch. But my question is to Nakul, because you were shooting for Sumer's character while we were in a pandemic, and also you were shooting for Ram simultaneously. So I can only imagine the kind of difference, because both the characters are actually very different from each other. So what was the process like for you? Because there's no time period for you to switch on and off between characters, right? So what was your process like this time?
Flight was in that. Flight was good enough.
Well, thanks, Bhavna. That's a very interesting question, and maybe Harsh actually might throw some light from the outside what he saw. But I pestered Harsh to spend time with me before we went on. तो हमने काफ़ी कुछ काम पहले किया था, but I think जो internal काम होता है, एक तो there was an advantage of having already worked, so we knew Sumer and Tani. हालांकि 2 साल में जिंदगियाँ बदल गई थी. We all are new people, but like I think with me and Anya, we kind of started from like we didn't leave it. But having said that, whilst doing a television show, which is a daily, it was hard because where I'm doing a mature love story, right? To come back and feel younger and cooler and just get that vibe. But like Sir said, actually, the flight time was the most crucial time, and I didn't sleep at all. I would just spend time reading my script as much as I can, and I think the script informs a lot of things to you. And shower time is beautiful because shower and pot time is the most gorgeous time any man or woman can get.
As long as you keep the doors locked, that is very important. Did you keep the door locked or not?
मेरे खुले रहते थे यार, मेरे खुले रहते थे. मतलब sometimes I used to say, अरे यार साबुन खत्म हो गया. Like a room service guy would come and say, अरे सर, मैं सुना कैसे? दरवाजा खुला था आपका. एक दिन गलती से करण आ गया था, बड़ा मजा आया, फिर साथ में शावर भी लिया.
बड़ा मजा आया, तुम दोनों शावर करने लगे क्या?
हाँ, we did शावा. And
हमें साथ में नहा के बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं.
वैसे करण के तो है भी बड़े अच्छे
लगते हैं.
abs is
बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं. आपके शो का नाम?
But I have to quickly tell you that I actually for me Sarah I've never worked with, and we actually happened to meet in the pandemic. But it was so refreshing to actually work with her, and maybe her and me are probably the most unconventional casting. But because we are so different actually, also maybe as people, that we found this amazing, like this very fluid relationship, which I really enjoyed on screen working with her. With Vahi and Anya, I already had like a sort of chemistry, but with her it was very refreshing, and it was new to me. I really enjoyed it. So yeah.
Sorry, but you know, one day before we left for the second schedule, Harsha was talking to me. And he came and he said, you know, I was just thinking that इस schedule में बहुत काम है और 4 ही दिन है. So, you know, जब नकुल और सेरा सेट पे आते हैं ना, they're very focused. मतलब ज़्यादा बात नहीं करते हैं. लेकिन तुम और करण ना कुछ ज़्यादा ही हंसते रहते हो. So, do you think this time you can be a little more focused? And I was just like, sir, why? What are we doing incorrectly? मजे ही तो कर रहे हैं. So Sarah and Nakul were the good kids, and Karan and Anya were the.
Sorry बोलो अपने director को अभी तुम.
I
No, no.
did that time
Like I
only.
said-
I was so focused after
No,
that.
like I said, we had a mixed bag. We had first benchers, last benchers, and everybody in middle. We had everybody. Yeah. Lots. And like when you asked me, I was generally there is so much surprise this season that you cannot pick one that who's like right now when you were saying, I'm like, you would have never seen Sarah the way she is in this show in anything else.
Okay, और next सवाल कुछ और है is
सर उसके लिए तो आपको 29 अप्रैल का वेट करना पड़ेगा और पूरा 10 एपिसोड देखोगे तो पता चलेगा कि नेगेटिव है या नहीं है हैं? अरे सॉरी मैं अपने ब्लैकवुड्स के 10
वो दो
के
दूसरे
पड़ा हूँ।
torrent में आएंगे।
नहीं मैं आजकल अपने 2-3 चीज़ों के कंफ्यूजन में हूँ बट आई थिंक इफ यू वॉच द एंटायर शो you'll know and I don't know I think ये ना हमने एक सेट पैटर्न बना दिया है कि नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव कैरेक्टर्स या रोल आई थिंक इन बेसिकली इन रियल लाइफ ऑल्सो हम सब में अलग अलग ट्रेट्स होते हैं जो अलग अलग चीज़ों की वजह से आई थिंक दे पॉप आउट एंड दे गेट ट्रिगर्ड सो आई थिंक यू विल सी everyone having different thoughts and different traits and I think that's what makes a great show.
all right. Any other question?
Here. Hi, I'm Tanmay from Peeping Moon. Here, right here. Hi.
Hi, ma'am.
So my question is for Nakul and Anya both. So the first season of Never Kiss Your Best Friend was based on a novel. So what is easier, to pull off an author-backed role or taking forward a role with your own twist?
ये भी एक ऑथर ने लिखा है. We had writers on board. So, I mean, it was, to be honest, it's the same, literally, because a lot of work has been put into this season. I think Harsh coming in, we have a new set of writers. To be honest, actually, I really enjoyed this season because it was far more evolved. And personally, it doesn't matter if a author writes it or writer. I mean, it's your challenge as an actor is the same. You bring your own imagination to it, right? And that imagination, I mean, because किसी किताब में है उससे ज़्यादा नहीं हो जाती. आपको अपनी खुद की सोच लानी पड़ती है. पर तुम्हारे लिए कैसा था, आन्या जी?
I love इतना respect. Very nice. ऐसे होना चाहिए.
Rarely. मैंने actually book पढ़ी नहीं है. I've never read Never Kiss Your Best Friend. First season I was told not to read it. तो अब तक मैंने नहीं पढ़ी है. So whatever we've created of Tanya and Sumer has been of our own imagination and of course at that point Arif was the director. तो हमने बहुत रीडिंग्स किए थे आरिफ के साथ and that's how we developed our characters and मुझे लगता है इसलिए 2 साल बाद भी जब हम मिले as Tanya and Sumer we still had our base in place so it was very easy for us to take from there.
True, yeah, yes.
Okay.
Hi, Rutunja here from Pop Diaries. So my question is to Karan. The trailer looks fantastic, by the way, and
Thank you.
and your character as well looks fantastic. The question is like looking at the plot and the story, how would you relate the fine line between love and affection with this story?
I actually haven't exactly got what you want to ask, but whatever I've understood, I think love and affection are very similar. It's probably a very thin line, and I think that's what we're trying to also portray in the show. When we say never kiss your best friend, it doesn't actually mean you shouldn't kiss your best friend. If you actually fall in love with your best friend, why not? Because हम एक तरफ से बोलते हैं ना, I'm a 90s kid, हम तो भाई बड़े हुए हैं कि प्यार दोस्ती है. तो हम राहुल और अंजलि पे बड़े हुए हैं. तो I think when you put that in your real life situation, sometimes it's the best thing, sometimes it's not. And I think that's what probably the show will show you if it is or it is not. So I guess, yeah.
I love it. Okay, और कोई प्रश्न? Last सवाल मैडम, कैसी हैं आप? सब कुशल मंगल? गांव में सब ठीक?
Yes, thank you so much. How are you guys, first of all? And very good. Thank you. So Akriti here from Absolute India News. My question is to all of you. Anya, in one of your statement, you said that young audience will relate to this show. So after watching second season, how do you think the perspective of millennials specifically towards complexities of love and relationship will change?
I never said anyone's perspective would change. I said they would be able to relate with it. So whatever is happening in terms of the circumstances, या जो उसको feel हो रहा है या करण को feel हो रहा है, सुमेर को